Okay. Shalom to the Hopeful Elect of Israel. It's your fellow servant Shemaiah out here in Florida. First and foremost, let's give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rachah Kodash, and double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the Hopeful Elect of Israel. Upon leaving the house this morning, I just got this eerie feeling, this eerie vibe, like things like, and I think it's based on a lot of things. Even like last night, when I was leaving the plantation, even at the plantation, there was a lot of conversation of what I would call current world events, right? A lot of current world events. And the thing is, our people have not even just our people, everybody around us have it's like a sense of urgency, right? A sense of urgency. They know something is about to happen. In which, when I was leaving the house this morning, I'm like, the Lord is about to really start revving up. The Lord is really about to start pushing the gas. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is about to start pushing the gas. He's about to, I just got this eerie feeling that a lot of the unfaithful, they're about to be made an example of. And a lot of those that's unfaithful, due to their judgment, that's going to bring light to, that's going to bring more fear, I'd rather say that. More fear to the 1/3 that's been procrastinating. Right? Because that's what it is. 1/3 has been solely just procrastinating. Thinking they got time. They waiting for a missile to drop. That's what it is. They waiting for a missile to drop. Or they waiting for 2020 to happen again. But I believe before anything as drastic as that happened, the Lord is about to do something that's gonna He's gonna take a lot of people out, especially you Israelites. Because Lord, as with anything and as with anybody, you can only tell somebody something over and over again a certain number of times. And the Lord has warned. This gospel has gone out to all the four corners of the earth. Right now, it's pretty much on repetitive mode or repeat mode. Everything is on repeat mode pretty much as far as the word. There's nothing you can say that you haven't heard in truth and in spirit from the prophets of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, from his prophets, that should make you haste, the day of the Lord, which means to make that you should begin yourself prepared and stop taking advantage of the Lord's mercy. All right? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Especially our people. Our people love to take advantage of people. But a time has come where the Lord that grace period that people so comfortably, I did a video last night. I didn't share it though. I'll probably do it when I get home. I want to look over it first though. I don't think, but it's so many false prophets. It's so much, everybody got something to say about the Bible. And I'm noticing, Salakia, it's a lot of so-called plantation Christians, right? The real anti-Christians, calling on the false name of the Heavenly Father. With this awakening going on, the Lord's making sure there's no excuse. There's no excuse. That's all he's doing. He's reaffirming in the minds of all those that's heard this gospel. I said this, right? Because this is beautiful. It's beautiful because this is how I discipline my children. All right? I warn my children. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. You can do this, you can do that, you can do this. The first time they do something that I don't approve of them doing, I'll give them a warning. Remember, I told you don't do this. You do it again, this is what's going to happen. All right? That's how I was raised. That's how I raised my children. All right? I give them enough liberty to, in a positive way, to do things the right way. And to come up with their own, thoughts. To be, independent in a sense. Right? Oh, fuck. Slovakia. And then if they go off again, then we have a discussion. I sit them down. I told you don't do this, right? What did I tell you the penalty was? And they got to verbally communicate that back with me. So you have an understanding of what I'm about to bring to you. And then they get the judgment. Now I told you, I warned you, next time it's going to be worse. Cause I normally just take it easy, No father wants to have to discipline or have to destroy their children. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua does not want to destroy 2/3 of Israel. He doesn't want to, but he knows it has to be done in order for the kingdom. There's no other way the kingdom is going to be made right. All right? There's no other way the kingdom is going to be made right. The Lord already said a certain number of people that's going to be elect. It's predestined already. All right? But 2/3 of the children of Israel are so stubborn, so stiff-necked, so hard-headed. You can't tell them a damn thing that's going for their betterment. You can't tell them nothing. They know it all. All right. So when that time comes, which I know this year is the year of Jacob's salvation and the destruction of Esau, Edom, roughly paraphrasing, right? And the thing is, within Esau's destruction, that's going to lead to the salvation of Jacob. That's written in Daniel chapter 12. A time of trouble like never before, but Jacob shall be saved out of it. The remnant of Jacob, the salvation of Israel is coming. Lord willing this year. But it also, it goes into the destruction of Esau, Edom. And those that what's that written in second Esdras? Those that consent to the ways of this devil, they're going to be had in derision. Because they blindly are being led, even though they know the truth. They shut up their eyes. They harden their the Lord harden their eyes, harden their ears of hearing, and their eyes of seeing. All right. With that, I want to get a couple of precepts. Salakia, for it being so long before I came up with a precept. But I'm gonna get that 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Cause we've been, the same thing that Paul was trying to communicate back then about the times, the persecution that's going to come to the believers of Israel and the non-believers, but especially the non-believers, right? Because the Lord going to have mercy on his those that believe faithfully. You've been bent off going around, man. You could have went this way. Come on, on, man. Take your ass on, man. Take your ass on, man. Stop being nosy. That's what's wrong with our fucking people. Nosy ass, old ass nigga. Take your ass on somewhere. What you gonna do? You gonna help them? Fuck. Slakia, family. These people retarded out here sometime, man. In the turning lane, nothing coming. He taking all day long being nosy and shit. Again, you know, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For you yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, and that's what we're going into. It's a thief in the night. Oh, this is beautiful. Cause I didn't even think about this, but this is along the lines of what I want to say. This is along the lines of what I want to bring out. But this is it. Yeah. I was thinking about it like the other day. I was considering bringing it out the other day, or yesterday sometime. This is beautiful, Lord. This is exactly what I wanted. You know, the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. That means when everybody's unexpected. And right now, a lot of people, they're unexpected. They're expecting this to happen. They're expecting that to happen. A lot of people are stuck. I got to put that video out. Because this dude I seen last night, man, a goofy-ass Christian, you know, they still believe in this prosperity bullshit. It's a new age. That's what I was going into. This new age way of thinking when it comes to Christianity. You know, it's all about manifesting. You know, through words, manifesting your future. The Lord gonna debunk all that shit. The will. There's no such thing as free will. Whatever the Lord has set up for you, that's how you going out. That's how it's going down. And if you don't believe or you don't trust in the Lord, much more the judgment. And the Lord needs that to show examples. The Lord needs that to show people examples of who's who, of who's the master. The Lord about to start pulling that show enough on niggas. The Lord about to show people who the master is. All right? That's the time we coming into. Let me see, let me put this up a little bit more. I'm gonna do it like this. So people don't be all in my, you know, situation like that. Put this up like that. But yeah. Esau ain't got no choice but to move around Jacob now. Esau ain't got no choice but to move around Jacob now. They gotta be around Jacob now. That's a sign of this kingdom going down. Esau gotta move around Jacob now. If their money was right, if their situation was tight, they wouldn't have to dare be around us. But that's not the case anymore. That is not the case anymore, my friend. That is not the case anymore, my friend. Salakia family, give me 1 minute. I gotta answer this. Give me 1 minute, I gotta answer this. Hello? Yeah. I'm down here. Yeah. You all right? But yeah, get back to the lecture at hand. You yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. And it's going to catch a lot of people off guard. Because people are in that peaceful, that manifest your destiny type spirit. They have no fear of the Lord. They have no fear of what's about to come. G5, G6, G7, G8. That remind me of them summits that Esau Edom be having. Well, right now, Esau Edom is having is creating a concoction right now. Them devils don't sleep unless they manifest mischief. All right? Them devils don't sleep unless they manifest mischief. And even though Trump has been used as a pawn to create a lot of distraction, and a lot of to create a lot of hell in the earth, a lot of uncomfortable situations. The higher ups, you know, the real money makers, they haven't even scratched the surface yet with Trump. Trump is the tip of the iceberg. Need I say? Trump is just the tip of the iceberg. This shit about to go beyond. If you understand what I mean, this is about to go beyond. And let me get back to it. As far as the thief in the night, I want to grab this Peter first before I continue this. Let's go to Peter, 2 Peter chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 10 and say, "But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up." Oh, this is the one I was going into for all week pretty much. So in what? Yes. 11. "Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?" All right, now that word conversation going into behavior. And like I was saying yesterday, you know, if I got a chance to get out of my lesson, conversation goes into your conduct, how you act. What people say, actions speak louder than words. So that's your communication. What you show the Lord, what you doing, how you moving, you know, according to your will or according to His word, the Lord sees it all. The Lord sees it all. And you know, people are still lackadaisical. I believe that's the word. Lackadaisical. Let me see if I can find that. Lackadaisical. Lacking enthusiasm and determination. Carelessly. Lazy. Relax. Raji women that are at ease. Raji men that are at ease. Right? The Lord is stripping this place of its benefits. Those, what's that? Second Ezra chapter 9. Those that had benefits but have not known Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, have not known the Lord. They didn't know where they was getting their benefits from. But they're comfortable, and they're still in that same lackadaisical mindset, unenthusiastic about the Lord's return. So you're gonna catch them sleeping like a thief in the night. What's that movie? New York, No, it's not King of New York. New Jack City, Rockabye Baby, right? When the old boy got took out, when an old girl jumped out the Jeep and took old boy out. Rockabye Baby. The Lord about to commit a whole lot of rockabye babies. And that's why we're supposed to be in the spirit of being humble, being contrite, being sorrowful, being repentant to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua every day. Each and every day you get every day you get an opportunity to. I ain't gonna say like if you get it. Every day you get an opportunity to return to the Lord and beg Him for His mercy. I heard one of these podcast dudes talking about, you know, who want to serve a God that you got to beg, bitch? Me, I will, hoe ass nigga, I will. He's one of those guys that believe in manifest destiny. You know, the Lord already got things preordained. He put that thought in your head to so-called manifest destiny to deceive you. Job chapter 12, the deceived and the deceiver are His. Right? And they both gonna fall in a damn ditch. They blind. You don't have no idea what's going on. Let me go back to this, to 2 Peter chapter 3. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start back at verse 9. It says, "The Lord is not slack concerning His promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. The water Yahweh Shah is the Spirit. That's what the Lord is working on right now. Either you're going to be repentative, come back to him with a sorry mind, or the Lord going to keep you in that mindset of being proud, being lackadaisical, you know, and just doing what you want to do. All right? Again, but seeing that the day of the Lord come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. Everyone's evil works. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lord actually do set up some bombing, some missiles, something here in America. Like I started this lesson off with, this year, before the end of this year, the Lord is going to do something drastic to a lot of these unfaithful. The Lord said he's going to start the house of Israel, right? Started my sanctuary. Those that know the Israelites. He's going to do something really nasty to get the attention of the rest of the elect. Because that's what it takes, sacrifice. You know, the Lord's going to have to show that he mean business. Verse 11, again, seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons are ye to be in all holy conversation? And that word conversation going to your behavior. You know, like I said, what do people say? Actions speak louder than words. How much more for the Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah? Actions speak louder than words, and the Lord has already warned the whole world pretty much. You can't tell nobody that they don't know about the Israelite awakening. Everybody has been subject to the Israelite awakening. Nobody, unless you crawling up under a rock or some shit, you know the Lord has sent his men out here to warn you to amend your ways, to change your ways for the better. Or, you know, he's bound by his word to do what he said he's gonna do. So when he start executing judgment, people are gonna wake up like, dang, you know, they warned us, they told us. And people are gonna start getting right then. That's what it's gonna take. So be it, you know. I'm gonna go back to that Corinthians. That's all I pretty much wanted to get out of that. Not Corinthians, 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 2 again. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. All right, that's the elect, you know, starting with the 144,000, you know, and the rest of the elect, you know, the few women, the few aquas, and the other men and little ones that's really gravitating to this message. You know yourself perfectly well, you know, that the day of the Lord cometh as a thief in the night, unexpectedly, right? Where everybody is lackadaisical, right? For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Yeah, there's no getting away from it. And with this little war that's going on, this rumor of war that's going on between Iran and Israel, like there's been rumors, there's been threats. Not a Jew, you know, he's been talking about, you know, if he made a commercial about, you know, if we don't get ahead of this, then it's going to affect Europe, and then after Europe, it's going to affect America. That's why, you know, I pretty much said, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if some explosions start happening over here in America. You know, and people are going to really either start waking up. A lot of people are going to be getting kicked out of the truth. A lot of people are going to be coming into the truth. You know, the rest of the elect. The Lord, you know, this being the year that was deemed, you know, Jacob's salvation and Esau's destruction, man, it's like it's getting closer and closer to that time. You know, but you are not blind. We are children of the light. We don't sleep in the night like you know, like everybody else. They junk off the madness of Esau, Edom. They still believe that it's going to be, you know, this is a world of prosperity. They got time to do what they want to do, and the Lord gonna continue to have mercy. Oh hell no, that's not what I felt when I walked out the door this morning. It was just something in the air. I just smelt it. And the conversation I had last night with a couple of co-workers, it's like they see, they kind of get a glimpse. They know something happening, but they don't know about salvation. They don't know the name of the Lord. I told them it's not Jesus. I think I got one more precept. Then I'm gonna close out. For when they say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon them. Yeah, because this little war they got going on, they probably do come up with some kind of peace, some kind of peace treaty or some shit like that, right? Some kind of moment of peace or whatever. But that's going to go into, when you're speaking as a man, that's going to get everybody's guards down. Where, the Lord going to come in like a thief in the night. His judgment's going to come in like a thief in the night. And while everybody's guards is down, then sudden destruction. Sudden destruction, whether it's the MOTB, which we know the MOTB got to take place. But it's going to be famine. Gas prices about to get hiked up, if they do go to war anytime soon, so on and so forth. All we could do is just sit back, and no, that's not all we could do. Let me get this precept. This is what this precept I wanted to get into, honestly, because of this. Hold on. Let me get this, verse 4. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. All right. To the elect of Israel, starting with the 144,000, Lord willing, I'll be a part of that number. We're not in darkness. We understand what's going on around us. We see it clear as day. We're not deceived by the tricks of the devil. All right, so just stay on point. With that, I want to get this, Ephesians, and I'm going to close out. Ephesians chapter 5, starting at verse 15. See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Okay? We got to continue to walk circumspectly, redeeming the time, understanding what we're going into. The tokens, the Lord has shown us the tokens of the prophecies, how things are going to happen in a certain order. The Lord has given us, spiritual fathers, talking about our elders and apostles, great millstone on down, and unspiritual uncles to guide us, like after his own, with a heart like after his own mind, after the Lord's mind. None of these other pastors, preachers, and teachers, or anybody else on this earth has been able to spiritually be in connection with the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son more than our elders and apostles, whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not. A lot of these other guys in these groups, they you can see that they're all about image. They're all about they want the high they want to be seen in the marketplace, right? They want to make merchandise of the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're not warning you. It's all about you becoming an Israelite and making an Israelite community in another man's kingdom. They're not getting you prepared for the chariots. They don't speak about the MOTB. And a lot of our people are going to be swindled by them fools. So be it though. But we're supposed to be walking circumspectly. We're supposed to be in all holy conversation to the best of our ability, which means all holy behavior, separate from the world behavior. And a lot of people have lost that sight. They lost that, and they end up back in the world. The Lord has created us to be separate, even from 2/3 of our own people. That's how the Lord putting it down. When the Lord took Noah, his 3 sons, and their wives into the ark, they were separated from the rest of the ones that was about to get the judgment. The Lord is doing the same thing right now. He's separating his elect of Israel from 2/3 of Israel that's about to get that judgment. And something drastic is going to happen this year that's going to wake up a lot of Israelites of all so-called colors. You so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, you so-called West Indians, you so-called East Indians, West Indians, you so-called Haitians, you so-called Native American Indians, you so-called Latinos, and the speckled bird, the rest of the speckled bird. You know, you so-called, if you look white or Asian, or you look African, or you look like East Indian, all right, but your bloodline go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through the seed of your father, and you hear this, and you're convinced, you're convicted in your spirit to return back to the Lord, it'll be in your best interest to start doing so. With that, I'm going to close out, hoping this lesson is edifying to the elect of Israel. You know, we're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash, and double honor to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Again, to the hopeful elect, peace and salutations. Endure, endure, endure. Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, Ratazah, endure. Shalom.